Good evening, students. Previous class we have seen a sexual mode of reproduction. In this part, we have discussed syngamy, type of external fertilization and type of internal fertilization, then various types of syngamy, autogamy, exogamy, the next hologamy, pedogamy, merogamy, isogamy, anisogamy, then conjugation process, then various phases in life cycle. These are the part we have seen last class. In this class, this is the last part in chapter number 1. Today I am going to teach about the parthenogenesis process. So what is meant by parthenogenesis? Parthenogenesis means development of an egg into complete individual without fertilization. Here this is also a type of sexual mode of reproduction because of egg also produced from the female individual, sperm also produced by the male individual, separate individuals also there. So the union of egg and sperm also takes place. In some cases the whole individual or complete individual developed from the unfertilized egg. This process is called parthenogenesis. So parthenogenesis means development of an egg into complete individual without fertilization. This is called parthenogenesis. This parthenogenesis was studied by Charles Ponnet in 1974. There are two types of parthenogenesis seen in organism. See, natural parthenogenesis, another one is artificial parthenogenesis. What is meant by natural parthenogenesis? In certain animal, the parthenogenesis occurs regularly and continuously, naturally in their life cycle. This is called natural parthenogenesis. Natural parthenogenesis is regular, natural, continuous, and the animal parthenogenesis mattumதான் நடக்கும். So continuously that organism produce their young ones by a parthenogenesis method without any stimulation. That is called natural parthenogenesis. This natural parthenogenesis may be classified into two types, namely complete parthenogenesis and incomplete parthenogenesis. What is meant by complete parthenogenesis? In this method, the entire every generation the organisms are produced through the parthenogenesis method only. There is no sexual mode of reproduction seen in this part. Complete parthenogenesis, no male organism, and so such individuals are represented by the female only. The female produces the egg and this egg develops into the young individual. Again the young individual attain the maturity and again produce the egg, and finally that egg develops into the another individual. The continuously those organisms produce their young ones through the parthenogenesis method only. This is called a complete parthenogenesis. And incomplete parthenogenesis. What is meant by incomplete parthenogenesis? Here some organism, either male organism may be produced by the sexual mode of reproduction and female organism may be produced by the parthenogenesis. So both sexual and parthenogenetic reproduction takes place in this incomplete parthenogenesis process. Complete means all the individuals, all the offsprings are formed through the parthenogenesis method. But in case of incomplete parthenogenesis, male organisms are produced by the sexual mode of reproduction and the female organism produced by the parthenogenesis process. Okay. In incomplete parthenogenesis seen in honeybee and natural parthenogenesis seen in rotifers. Complete and incomplete parthenogenesis seen in organism. This is an example for incomplete parthenogenesis. Here male honeybee haploid in nature. That means this honeybee contains half set of chromosome. They produce sperms by a mitotic division. This sperm also haploid in nature. And queen bee diploid in nature, that means contains a full set of chromosome. Male honeybee la half set of chromosome இருப்பாங்க. அந்த ஆர்கானிசமே எப்படி தான் இருக்கும்னா ஹப்ளாய்டு கண்டிஷனில் தான் இருக்கும். ஃபீமேல் இண்டிவிஜுவல் க்யூன் பி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். அவங்க டிப்ளாய்டு நேச்சரில் இருப்பாங்க. தே கண்டைன்ஸ் ஃபுல் செட் ஆஃப் குரோமோசோம். தே ஆல்சோ ப்ரொடியூஸ் த எக்ஸ் வித் ஹப்ளாய்டு கண்டிஷன். எக்கை ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க ஹப்ளாய்டு கண்டிஷன். ஹியர் த மியோசிஸ் டேக்ஸ் பிளேஸ், ஹியர் மைட்டாசிஸ் டேக்ஸ் பிளேஸ். இஃப் த எக் fuse with the sperm or if the fertilization is takes place, fertilization நடந்துச்சுன்னா என்ன நடக்கும் அப்படின்னா the egg will become a diploid in nature and it may be develops into the queen bee or a worker bee. Here the fertilized egg develops into the female individual and the unfertilized egg develops into the male are thrown by the parthenogenesis. So in this technique continuously the individuals are produced by the sexual mode of reproduction as well as a parthenogenesis method. That is the reason this is called incomplete parthenogenesis. But this kinds of mechanism occurs naturally. So this is one of the type of natural parthenogenesis, but it is incomplete method. Next we move on to pedogenetic parthenogenesis. What is meant by pedogenetic parthenogenesis? A larva may produce the new generation of larva by the parthenogenesis. This type of parthenogenesis seen in liver fluke and gallfly. This is various stages of larva. Sporocyst, it is a type of larva. This sporocyst produces a radia larva. And this radial larva produces Cercaria larva, differentiate into or develops into the Cercaria larva. So here one larval stage differentiate into another larval stage. So this is also type of parthenogenetic, but this parthenogenesis occurs in the larval stage. That is the reason it is called a pedogenetic parthenogenesis. So there are two methods. Parthenogenesis means development of an individual without fertilization. This is called parthenogenesis. There are two types of parthenogenesis seen in organism. One is natural, another one is artificial. There are two types in natural parthenogenesis. One is complete and incomplete. Complete parthenogenesis seen in rotifer. Incomplete parthenogenesis method seen in honeybee. And third one is pedogenetic parthenogenesis. That means the larval stage produces another larval stage. That is the reason it is called a pedogenetic parthenogenesis. This is seen in liver fluke and gallfly. Next we move on to last part, artificial parthenogenesis. Here unfertilized egg, that means unfertilized ovum, is induced to develop into complete individual by a physical or chemical stimulus. This is a unfertilized egg. This unfertilized egg stimulated under the physical method or a chemical method, and this unfertilized egg develops into the complete baby. This is called artificial parthenogenesis. So there are two kinds, natural and artificial. This artificial parthenogenesis also seen even in human being also. Annelids, sea urchin, frog, other some organisms may produced by a artificial type of parthenogenesis. That's all. Parthenogenesis topic over. Next move on to the last part of this lesson. Three kinds of organism based on their production of young ones. All the organisms can able to produce the young ones, but some organisms produce the young ones by the production of egg, and some organism directly deliver the young ones. So based on their production of what type of method involved in the production of young ones. So based on this process, the organisms may be classified into three types. First one is oviparous. Here O means zero or muttai. Oviparous. So ovum, egg, parer to produce. So animal, egg laying animals. Oviparous means egg laying animal. The young one catched from the egg and lay outside the mother's body. So these are the some young ones. These young ones catched out from the egg. This is called oviparous organisms. There are two kinds of egg may be produced by the organisms. One is cleidoic egg. Cleidoic egg, this is an example for cleidoic egg. That means the egg covered with calcareous shell. மேலே ஓட்டுக்கு எக்குக்கு மேலே ஒரு சின்ன ஷெல் இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா கிளிடோயிக் எக். அண்ட் நான் கிளிடோயிக் எக், திஸ் நான் கிளிடோயிக் எக் mostly produced by the aquatic organisms like fishes and frog. Here the egg substance covered by or surrounded by an membrane, but in case of cleidoic egg the egg fully surrounded by shell. So there are two kinds of oviparous organism, or are two mode of egg may be laid by the organism. One is egg with shell, another one is egg without shell. Birds normally produce the cleidoic egg, that means egg covered with the shell. Frogs and fishes produce the non-cleidoic egg, that means the egg does not surrounded by any membrane. This is a oviparous. This is an oviparous, important 3-mark question. Write short notes on oviparous. Next we move on to viviparous organism. Viviparous organism. Vivi means alive. Para means already I was explaining that word, produce. Animal gives rise the young ones. The animal can directly produce the young ones. This is called a viviparous. Viviparity is a type of development in which the young ones are born alive after being nourished in the uterus through the placenta. Here placental connection is a major characteristic feature in viviparous. In case of oviparous organism, the development of the fetus fully depends on the yolk substance that are present inside the egg. எக்குக்குள்ளார நிறைய யோக் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் இருக்கும். அந்த யோக் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸை நம்பி தான் என்னென்னா டெவலப்மெண்ட் இருக்கும். பட் விவிபேரஸ் ஆர்கானிசத்தில் இங்கே என்ன கிடையாது, யோக் சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் கிடையாது. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னா, குழந்தைக்கு தேவையான உணவு எல்லாமே யார்கிட்ட இருந்து வரும்னா அம்மா கிட்ட இருந்து வரும். எது மூலமான? த்ரூ த பிளாசண்டா. இப்போ பிளாசண்டா இஸ் அ மேஜர் கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக் ஃபீச்சர் ஃபார் அ viviparous organism. Viviparous means animal can directly produce the young ones. Majority of the mammals, all the mammals including human being are viviparous organism. Human being மட்டும் கிடையாது, mammals மட்டும் கிடையாது, human being also type of viviparous organism. Last part, ovoviviparous organism. Animal, the embryo develops inside the egg, remains inside the mothers until they are ready to catch. This method also reproduction is similar to the viviparity. Viviparity method தான், but the embryo have no placental connection. In viviparous, placental connection is a major characteristic feature. But in ovoviviparous, the animal first lay the egg, but the development of egg or the development of fetus takes place inside the mother's body until they catch, but here there is no placental connection. That is the reason it comes under the separate category called ovoviviparous. Here no placental connection. The ovoviviparity is seen in the fishes like shark. That's all. These are the three kinds of organism based on their production of young ones: oviparous, viviparous, then ovoviviparous. Oviparous birds and fishes and frog are included in oviparous organism. Viviparous, all the mammals are included in viviparous. Ovoviviparous, shark is an example for ovoviviparous. That's all. Chapter number 1 over. Next class onwards we will discuss the new chapter. Thank you.